Hey everybody, welcome back to Travel and Tater.
Hello.
In this recap, we are talking all things turtles.
Yes, we went to the Georgia Sea Turtle Center, and we also went out and found a sea turtle nesting.
Which was quite an incredible experience. I had never done this before. Bert, you've done it for years. Yeah. So you knew exactly where to go, when to go, and what to do.
This has worked for me for 30 years on Jekyll Island. If you go down to the soccer complex, enter to the beach, either make a left or a right, and walk down a mile, turn around, and just do that. On a full moon, on high tide, you probably will find a sea turtle. The first night we went, we didn't find one. And I don't think, they said there was not a single nesting that night.
Yeah.
But the second night by, was it 11:30, 11:45?
Yeah, if that. It was a little bit before that, but we had just parked, got out onto the beach, walked for maybe 10 minutes, and
right off the rip we found one.
She was already nesting, crawled over her log and everything.
And it's fun to do.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of exercise. You get to see all kinds of stuff at night.
I just loved it too, because so again, this was Jekyll Island in southeast Georgia, and just even walking on the beach in shorts in May when it was a beautiful 75 degrees with a full moon. I mean, it was just scenery and everything was awesome. And then
remember SpaceX launched something that night as well.
You're right.
And so we got to see not only the launch, but the rocket come back down
and the rocket come down.
Land, and that was pretty cool.
Yep, that was cool. Yeah, I think we caught that maybe that first night. So at least we got to see that, even though we didn't catch a turtle in the practice, of nesting. But yeah, I mean, it was such a phenomenal experience. I mean, just very awe-inspiring. I don't even know. I mean,
it is because they're really big. Yeah. Even on the video, it doesn't quite show how big these things are.
They're just massive, huge. And it's just such an act of nature. It was just really fun to witness, especially because it is hard. I mean, you do have to go out and do a little bit of walking,
but it's worth it.
Yeah, and then it's sometimes in the middle of the night. But when we were out there was a couple different couples that were out doing the same thing.
A lot of people will go.
Yeah, so it was really fun to learn a lot.
Trendy? Not trendy. What's the proper word for that?
Well, I think people are just interested in it a lot. I mean, it's exciting, especially the fact that the turtles are endangered and all that.
Yeah, they've done a lot of work with this, and you can see in the video that we did the dwindling numbers in the 90s, and then they get the Turtle Center, and we really they step up the regulations on what you can do out there, and this, that, and the other, and it just grows. It's nice.
Yeah, well, and I know you mentioned this in the video too, but again, to that point with the rules and regulations, whether or not red lights or no lights are used, I mean that's obviously for the protection.
Yeah, different areas are different. Some place, like she said, either no lights or the red lights. Like Daytona is no lights when we looked it up. So just be aware of the rules and regulations when you're doing this.
Yeah, it's for their protection, not to inconvenience anyone.
And then the Turtle Center, I mean. Yeah. You can go and see, I mean, it is a working hospital that you can visit. And we met Frank Sriracha, which is this little tiny loggerhead turtle that fit in the palm of your hand. And there was Retta in the back, which was a huge sea turtle that was in there from a propeller strike, I believe, an older one. Yeah. So you can kind of...
And we saw Arches, who had recently got out of surgery and was ready to take her first walk.
Yeah, Diamondback terrapin. So it's definitely worth the visit. It's great for kids. A lot of the interactive, areas for them as well, plus adults. And, I mean, you can't... Frank Sriracha, come on. Yeah. That guy was cute.
Yeah, it was again... all the nesting and the actual turtle center itself were amazing. One thing I really thought though that was pretty fascinating, especially the nest that we happened to see, they hadn't tagged that turtle yet, right? And so the gentleman that was there educating people was letting us know that turtles, loggerheads I guess in particular, those there, once they go to sea, they will not come back on land. I mean, the females will not come back onto land for about 30 years when they come to lay their first nest.
Where they were born, which is wild. Like, how do they even know this?
Like, that is crazy. So hopefully those hatchlings from that nest that we saw, hopefully in about 30 or so years, if, females from that clutch or whatever will be back on Jekyll Island, hopefully, making new nests.
It's definitely worth checking out. Even if you can't make it out at night, during the day, you can stroll the beach and you can see the nests that have
Yeah.
been laid.
Yeah, because they tag them really well and, protect them and put up tape and stuff so that people are aware to not
Yeah.
disturb them.
Yeah. So, yeah, check that out. We're starting something new. We're heading to Miami next. And we're going to try this time lapse of just what the road conditions look like. Just for, seasoned RVers, new RVers. I guess if you're even driving through a car, you get to see what these major cities look like at least. So, check that out. Let us know what you think of that. And I guess we'll see you after Miami.
See ya.